living or existing. Living or existing. At a linguistic level, we will look at existing as the state of being, to be, the verb form to be, without any sort of proactiveness. To be, just to exist, means to be there, actually without any form of action, without any form of action. Maybe just a sort of sitting down and watching what is going on. That is what it literally means to exist. The book exists and it's just there. It is lying down on the table, performing no function. To live is to be alive. And to be alive means there are ups and there are downs, and you're dealing with all of them. To have life and to survive this life, to persevere and to pass life in a specified manner. That is what it means to live. To live means you are living life or passing life in a specified manner. What are the points to note about people who exist? People who exist, one, have no vision. They have no direction in life. People who exist have no sort of direction. They wake up in the morning and they go where they want to go. Wherever they go, they don't care what the outcome of life is. They don't care what goes on to them. Whatever will be, will be. The people existing are those who sing this kind of song. Ki sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. These are the kind of people. They think that life is just supposed to be passed. You just sit down there and you live, and you sit down, you exist. Whatever comes your way, you pick it just like that. They don't see the intentionality of life. The people who just merely exist do not see the intentionality of life. People who merely exist do not see the intentionality of life. Life must be intentional. But if you exist, you wouldn't see the intentional aspect of life. Certain things must be intentionally structured for the designed outcome to be achieved, for the designed and the desired outcomes to be achieved. But if you just merely exist without anything to fight for or without anything to chase after, then we say you are just existing and you are not living. People who merely exist don't care about anybody. Yes, you heard me right. People who merely exist don't care about anybody. To them, each one for himself, God for us all. That is how they think. People who merely exist do not care about any other person. They care just about themselves. They are selfish, egotistic. Everything must revolve around them. If it is not about them, then there is something wrong. Those are people who merely exist. They do not have any impact in anybody's life. And such people are just merely in existence. They don't care about anybody. They don't look out for anybody's performance in life. They don't look out for who is in trouble for them to try delivering the person out. They don't care. Even when the other person tries to point to them that I'm in this trouble, I'm in that trouble, they don't care about it. Those people are just merely in existence. They have no sense of urgency and have no sense of the need to help anybody in life. They think the world is just a single place where each and everyone can be an island and survive on his own. But unfortunately, the world is not so. Nobody in this life can survive as an island. You need me? I need you. People who merely exist don't care about tomorrow. They don't care about the future. They don't care about the future. They don't care about tomorrow. Let's spend it today. Our salary has been paid. Let's spend all today. Let's squander it. Let's go to the beach. Let's go to the drinking spot. Let's go here. Let's go there. Let's explore. Let's use what we have today. Tomorrow may not come. Those are their slogans. They don't cast their bread upon the waters. Those people do not care about tomorrow. They spend whatever they have today. Let us spend it now because tomorrow may not come. tomorrow may never come. That is their word. They say tomorrow may never come. And so whatever they have now, they must spend it. The money they have today, they must spend it. The energy they have today, they must spend it. They don't conserve anything for tomorrow. If there is water flowing today, they must spend all today. They must waste all today. If they have food in the house today, they must eat all today. Everything must be expended today. Unfortunately, there are guys like that. They spend their lives in debauchery. They spend their lives in debauchery. They spend their lives drinking, wasting their monies on alcohol and stuff that do not have any bearing on tomorrow. Yes. And those are the people that merely exist. They just go about enjoying. And there are ladies also like that. They spend all their monies on heavy dressing, heavy makeup, heavy stuff. All their money on wardrobe. Stock their wardrobe with stuff that do not have any benefit for tomorrow. Those are people that merely exist. And you and I must make sure that we do not find ourselves amongst the people that merely exist in wasting today against tomorrow. The people who merely exist, to me, I say they are failures. Why do we say they are failures? We say people who merely exist are failures because my definition of success, your success is measured by the number of people you have made successful. And so if you merely exist and your success or whatever you have achieved does not rub on the other people around you, then you have failed in the first place. And so people who just exist and do not have any impact on the lives of others and do not rub their successes on the lives of others, they spend, they get, and then they are satisfied with whatever they have today. Those people are not successful. They are failures. Your success in life is measured by the number of people you have made successful. Therefore, it is imperative that we all try our best not to exist. Do your best not to exist. You can't be alive and just exist without doing anything for anybody, without caring about anybody, without trying to do anything that brings any impact in anybody's life. You are just existing. On the other hand, are people who live. The people living on the earth, they are not just alive on the earth. What does it mean to live? To live means to be alive, to have life, to survive. Your blood is flowing. And so if your blood is flowing, it means you're passing life in a specific or specified manner. So if he has 10 Ghana cedis, the man who is living knows what he's going to use that money for, that to benefit himself and benefit somebody else as well. He doesn't just think about using it to drink alcohol and smoking and ending it there. He doesn't just think about using it to smoke shisha or whatever and then leaving it there. No, the man who lives is intentional about his activities. The man who lives is intentional. He's very intentional about everything he does. He's very intentional. You see, life is not an accident. Life cannot be an accident. In fact, life can be predictable. Life can actually be predictable because everything that we're going through today, what does the good book say? The Bible says, nothing on this earth is new. Everything that you see on this earth today has already ever been in existence. All it means is that you today think that your life is not predictable, but if you read, you will see that other people have lived the kind of life that you live today. The problems you are meeting today, others have met them and they have applied principles to them that have helped them solve those problems. So if you read, you will know that life actually can be predictable. And so if you apply those principles, definitely you're going to get the success, you're going to get the result that they also have. People who live are purposeful. What is purpose? Purpose is God's original intent for your life. Purpose is God's original intent for your life. But how do you know that this is God's original intent for my life? That will be another subject for discussion at another time. But purpose is God's original intent for your life. And so people who live know the original intent and purpose of God for their lives and they go about chasing them. Those are people that live. And those that exist do not know this. And so they don't care about whatever happens. They say whatever will be, will be. People who live are purposeful. People who live have visions. When you finally discover the purpose of God for your life, God's original intent for your life, how far do you want to take that purpose? And that is your vision. How far? You want to take it locally, nationally, internationally? How far do you want to take your purpose? And that will be your vision. That far you want to take your purpose will be broken down into plans. You take a plan for it. Will be broken down into goals. And so each goal will be achieved, sending you towards the original final vision that you have ahead of you, which you're kindly looking at every day. And when you keep your eyes on that vision, the final end, the last point you want to take your purpose, when you keep your eyes on that, every trouble will just be a stepping stone for you. When you keep your eyes on the final vision, the final destination, every trouble you face will just be a stepping stone for you. What other function do you see about people who live? People who live are not just purposeful, they are not just visionary, they care about other people. People who live care about other people because, we say iron sharpens iron. Iron sharpens iron. And so you rob me, I rob you. You rob me, I rob you. You give me fire, I give you fire. That is how it is. You lift me up, I lift you up. I'm down, you lift me, you are down, I lift you. That is how life is. And so you need me, I need you. Everybody needs somebody. That is how we put it. Everybody needs somebody. And that is the life of a person who is alive, a person who is living. So when you're living, your life wraps on others. I have already told you the definition of your success is how many people you have also made successful. How many people you have made successful. Your success in life is determined or measured by the number of people you have made successful. And so people who live, people who are alive, seek to make others as successful as themselves. They seek to look for others going through troubles and help them out of their troubles. If they can't help, they look for who can help and then they get those helps for those people. And that is a person who is living. If you want to just exist, then you lie in your bed and somebody's trouble is not your trouble. And you don't want anyone to bother your mind with their problems because you are merely existing. You're not solving problems. I told you some time ago before that life is a problem solving enterprise. The day you stop solving problems, you have died. You are out of business. Life is a problem solving enterprise. So to live is to solve problems. The day you stop solving problems, you are out of business. You have died. And so that is what it means to live. People who are alive are problem solvers. So if you are not solving any problem, then you are not living. You are just existing. People who live care about other people and they solve other people's problems. They solve their own problems and seek to solve other people's problems as well. Not going or spoken about, looking at who is doing this, who is doing that, who is wrong, who is right, condemning this one there, condemning that one there, seeking who is hiding something, who is doing that one. That is not what we're talking about. We are talking about who is looking for who is in trouble to deliver from the trouble. That is someone who is living. That is someone who is living. People who live always have a reason to wake up. They always have a reason to wake up. Always they have a reason to wake up. Every time they have a reason to wake up. And people who live most of the time, sometimes we say they don't have time. This guy doesn't have time. People say this guy, he doesn't have time. You don't have time. But I have time for those who have time for themselves. That is, if you know what you're about in life and you really know that you need help and you seek my help, I have time for you. But I don't have time for wasters of time. And that is one distinction. I don't have time for wasters of time. But if you know you need help and you want to move towards something in life, then certainly we're going to get time for you. So people who live always have a reason to wake up. They have a reason to wake up, and when they wake up, they don't waste time around. They go ahead to fulfill those reasons for which they wake up. They have books to read, and they have not read them. They have audios to listen to. They have not listened to them. They have videos to watch. They have not watched them. They have tapes to make. They have not made them. These are people who know why they are alive. Yes, these are people who know why they're alive, so they go ahead fulfilling them. People who are alive are successful people. And so I say they are successful people because they seek to make others successful as well. So if you seek to make others successful, then you are successful. If you have become a headmaster and you are not mentoring anybody to become another headmaster, you have become a boss in the company, you are not seeking to help any other person to become another boss in another company, you are the CEO, you're not training anybody to become another CEO, you are the president, you only seek to be the president for life, you're not seeking to train anybody to also become a president one day. You are a failure, a complete failure. A president who has no successor is a failed president. A member of parliament who has no successor is a failed member of parliament. A pastor who has no successor is a failed pastor. A bishop who has no successor is a failed bishop. So if all the leadership is about you and you alone, that when you are not there, there is no leadership, then you are failed. Then you have already failed as a leader. So people who leave always have a reason to wake up. And so, because of that reason is to make others as successful as themselves, they are also very successful. They seek to impact the lives of others. These are people who live. People who live seek to impact the life of others. They seek to impact the lives of others. They seek to correct and guide and direct people's ways to become the best that God will want them to be, not people who come to you and they steal from you. They suck the strength out of you. They make you weep every day. They make you cry every day. They make you sorrowful every day. They make you drained every day. Those are not people you should hang around with. Those people are not living. They are just existing. And so they seek to make your life miserable. Anyone who seeks to make another person's life miserable is not living but existing. And so there are those others also who derive their source of power from oppressing others. Those are not people who live. Intentionally suppressing and oppressing others is not a way of demonstrating your power, but a way of demonstrating how weak you are. History will give us a plethora of people who have lived, people who have lived. And when we're mentioning the names of people who have impacted generations, these are the names we mention because they are people who have lived. There are others who have lived. They lived for right causes. They did and impacted the lives of others. Others also came and impacted the lives of others negatively. And those are also people who lived wrongly. Always we talk about Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. We talk about Mobutu Sese Seko Kukubenga Wazambanga. Idi Amin is one of the men we mention, and cold shivers run down our spines of wickedness. But men like Nnamdi Azikiwe, Jomo Kenyatta, Agustino Neto, these are people who live their lives to make other people's lives impactful. You talk of Ahmadu Bello of Nigeria, you talk of Julius Malemo Nyerere. We always talk about people like Martin Luther King Jr. These are people who spent their lives for others. You have heard of J.E. Kesley Hayford. You have heard of Patrice Lumumba. You have heard of Mahatma Gandhi, Thomas Sankara. You have heard of W.E.B. Du Bois. And these are people who expended their life. Life was not all about them. Nkrumah's life was not about himself, although he did so many other things that were wrong. But we all know that those things were as a result of the passion he had to make life better for his people. And these are people who lived in the religious palaces. We have heard of the D.L. Moody's. We have heard of the Martin Luthers. We have heard also of the Catherine Colemans. We have heard of the Kenneth Hagins. We have heard of all the great men of God that have lived in the previous generations. And these were people who impacted their generations positively. Are you living or existing? Is your life all about yourself or about others as well? Are you living or just existing? If your life is not adding anything positive to those of others, your life has no meaning. If your life is not adding anything positive to those of others around you, then your life has no meaning. You are just in existence. You have mentioned all these great, great men who have lived on this earth. And one day when you're no more, even in your smallest corner, somebody can mention your name. That you lived, and because of you, that is why he is what he is today. And because of you, that is why she is what she is today. Because of you, that is why. Because of your prayers, because of your counsel, because of your encouragement, because of your inspirations. If others have these things to say about you, then happy are you. So there is a vast difference between living and existing. I will encourage you to live and not just merely exist. If you want to live, then you want to do what others do not do. You want to do others what others will just not do. You can't do what everybody does and expect to get a different result. You can't do what everybody does and expect to be above them. No, you can't do that. And of course, I must let you know this. When you decide to stand out and to make your life impactful, you should expect some of these things. Like for men, you will see fights. People will fight you. People will fight you for no reason. They will think you're raising yourself too much. Why are you trying to look different? Why are you trying to look this? You're making something out of yourself when you are nothing. They will say all these things to demean you and to put you down. But those are the things that should rather spur you on to do greater things to ensure that you live and not to just exist. People will hate you for no reason. People will deny you of helps. They have financial help. They should help you to make it, but they will not help you. They have financial needs. They have the means of sharing your audios, your videos. They can share your pictures. They can share. They will not do that. But you shouldn't be surprised about that because these are things you should expect from men when you decide to be different from the congregation. You will see denials. You will see segregations. You will see jealousy and envy. You will see strife. People will abandon you. They try to make your life miserable. But after all this, expect this from God, that God will promote you because of their fight. God will promote you. God will protect you. God will make you joyful. He will give you confidence. He will make you brilliant and he will make you bright. God will make you excel. But the people will put you down. But that should not discourage you. As I've always said, in this life, nothing is permanent. And so when you have this time, make good use of it. Make good use of this time. The only thing that is permanent on this earth is the fact that nothing on this earth is permanent. May the Lord be with you and may your life be impactful. Have a nice day. This is Yawa Benyo, your beloved brother in Christ. God bless you.